Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to go ahead and take a look at a brand new 4K that I just got in the mail. I had to order this from Zavvi because there's no US release for this on 4K, only available in Blu-ray here in the States. So I went ahead and ordered this from Zavvi because I really enjoyed this film when I saw it. So I had to go ahead and pick it up on 4K, and I did check out the 4K. So just want to give you a heads up, I will be talking about the 4K. But real fast, the film I'm talking about is Heretic, starring Hugh Grant, Chloe East, as well as Sophie Thatcher. I've become a big fan of Sophie Thatcher. I think this young lady has a big future ahead of her. She was great in Companion. She's also been on the Book of Boba Fett. We'll let her slide on that one. I believe she's in Yellow Jackets as well. I've never seen Yellow Jackets, but I've heard that's a really good show. I might have to check that one out eventually down the line, but I think she has just been fantastic. She was in The Boogeyman like 2 years ago that came out, and I really enjoyed her in that one. So I think that young lady has a bright future ahead of her. But let's talk about Hugh Grant, because Hugh Grant is absolutely phenomenal in this film. He plays the creepy. This It's so subtle, his creepiness in this film, but he's just so good. He's charming and creepy all at the same time in this film. Basically, you have two missionaries played by Sophie Thatcher as well as Chloe East, and they're going door to door, and they come across Hugh Grant. He's somebody who's on the list of people they are stopping by to see, and he invites them into his house. He says, "Come on in. My wife's baking a pie. We'll talk and everything." And right there, you can tell something is definitely off with Hugh Grant. But again, he's charming in a way that he's able to persuade them to come into his house. And from there, this is billed as kind of like a horror, and yes, there are horror elements to this film, but this is more of a psychological thriller. This one, there's definitely some blood in this one, so just not get past the fact that yes, there will be some horror elements with the blood and everything like that. But yeah, this really plays like more of a psychological thriller. Hugh Grant, he is he's trying to, in his mind, discover what is the one true religion. That's basically what the film is about. And he has these girls coming in, and what is going to possibly happen to these girls, and maybe other people who have come to visit him in the past as he searches for his answer to this question that he has in his head. Yeah, things you're gonna have to just watch the film to check out. Come tell you, this is, like I said, a psychological thriller, but Hugh Grant is absolutely knocks it apart. He's fantastic, fantastic in this film. One of the best performances I've ever seen Hugh Grant give. Charming, but creepy at the same time, like I mentioned. But our young actresses in the film, they're really good too. There's a contrasting style between both of these girls, between Sophie Thatcher's character as well as Chloe East's character. They are not from the same mold. They're friends, who are missionaries, but there's differences between these two girls, and I think that works very well in the film as well because they're able to play off one another in a different kind of way. One has a certain way of wanting to do things. The other one maybe a little bit more naive in a way, and she has her way of doing things. So I think that works. It balances things out pretty well between both girls. And like I said, throw Hugh Grant into it, and you have a really good balance of everything going on in this film. Now, this film is put out by A24. And yeah, I'm not the biggest A24 fan, but they caught me with this one. They absolutely caught me with this one. But as far as special features go, let's get to the disc itself, to the 4K. This one, it's bare bones, guys. As far as special features go, it's bare bones. The special features are on the Blu-ray disc, and it's commentary with the writer and directors Scott Beck and Brian Woods. That's it. There's no behind the scenes featurette. There is no interviews with Hugh Grant or anything like that. Like I said, it is bare bones. Now the disc itself, I did watch the disc, and of course we know the 4K is region free. Because there have been things popping up here and there with some 4Ks being region locked. But again, this one is region free. The Blu-ray is region locked, though, so you will need a region free player if you do want to watch this one here in the States. The picture is a little dark in a lot of the scenes. This is kind of a dark film because they're in this home that Hugh Grant has, and it just comes off. I remember when I saw this film originally, it seemed a little bit brighter, but the 4K seems a little bit darker. So, but again, you could still make out everything that's going on in the film. It just came off a little bit darker to me with the 4K. Still looks great, but just came off a little bit darker, and it sounds great as well. So yeah, I mean, Heretic. I think it's if you haven't seen this film and you've heard about it and you haven't seen it yet, I definitely think it's worth checking out. If you're not a fan of A24 and you're a little bit on the fence because of that, this is a little bit different than your usual A24 fare. So I would definitely don't let that keep you from watching this film. I think you're gonna find something to enjoy about this film. Just know that yes, there are some horror elements, but this is more of a psychological thriller with a great performance from everyone in the film, especially Hugh Grant. And again, the 4K is region free. The Blu-ray is region locked. Again, you'll need a region free player for that. And this is bare bones as far as special features go. Like I said, the picture's a little bit darker, but it still looks sharp and crisp, and you can still make out everything on the screen. But just be aware of that if you do want to pick this one up on 4K. But again, it is available in the States here directly on Blu-ray if you don't want to go with the import route and pick up the 4K. So yeah, guys, Heretic, definitely worth checking out. If you're a Hugh Grant fan, definitely worth checking out. Guys, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care.